Welcome, and thank you for joining us for the Alliance for Building Better Medicine Supply Chain Webinar Information Series. The series will explore and inform the audience about the growing advanced pharmaceutical manufacturing and biotech ecosystem developing in the Petersburg, Richmond, Virginia region. My name is Vanessa Womack, and I am the Inclusive Community Development Consultant for the Alliance. This webinar will feature Mayor Sam Parham of Petersburg, the hub of the APM. Mayor Parham, welcome. Let's get started. Petersburg is the focus of developing the pharmaceutical manufacturing hub in this region. Can you describe a before and after picture of what this means for the city?
Petersburg is so proud to be the hub of pharmaceutical manufacturing here in the city. Petersburg has a long history of manufacturing dating back to the 80s when tobacco and Titmus Optical and Seward Luggage was the hub of manufacturing here in the city. This has really have brought a sense of pride back to the city of Petersburg through our young people, especially just having companies that's interested in hiring our young people to have a future here in advanced manufacturing here in the city of Petersburg. It just stems from our long roots of being a manufacturing hub here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And it's personal for me because my father and uncles came here off the farm to get manufacturing jobs in Petersburg. They were tired of the farm life and came to Petersburg as to be part of a future that they felt like was bright. This was the place of opportunity. So that manufacturing brings pride, it brings a sense of belonging, and it brings good paying jobs to really expand on what will be a bright future for all of our young people and former pharmaceutical manufacturing employees that once worked at our old BI chemical plant that closed down over 10 years ago. So building that sense of pride is what we're all about.
How have revitalization and new construction improved the infrastructure in Petersburg, and what does that mean for the communities, the residents, and businesses?
What it does for us here as far as being able to build and expand upon the new infrastructure opportunities that have come along with pharma, it has definitely helped expand our Poor Creek water and sewer system, which serves over 31% of the city of Petersburg water and sewer needs. Having pharma manufacturing here has been the catalyst to do some things in the city that has been economically stressed for decades. We would not have been able to do those upgrades to our Poor Creek water and sewer system, which includes a water tower for Poor Creek, which serves the pharma campus, along with Bon Secours Medical Center, which is a hospital here in the city. That hospital was built over 10 years ago and never had a water tower. And being a older city with older water and sewer needs, whenever there's a break, a water line break in Petersburg, the hospital will have to cease operations and those crucial elements of service that they do for people who are in the hospital that need care. It helps the citizens of Petersburg now because having that new water tower will help our hospital continue to operate 24/7. And just in case there's a medical emergency for anyone in the city of Petersburg, they can have a sense of comfort knowing that our water and sewer system has been improved and it's going to save lives as well.
The governor has devoted much time and effort to Petersburg with his Partnership for Petersburg and designating the pharma cluster of companies, now identified as Campus CAMPUS. What other industries do you see growing or building here?
We see so many other industries building and coming here to the city of Petersburg. Having the Partnership for Petersburg and what we've been doing together is partnering with bringing pharmaceutical manufacturing here has given a renewed spirit of economic growth here to the city. Starting with our housing here, you see so much water, besides the water and sewer upgrades that's going on, you see construction going on in our neighborhoods. Neighborhoods that was once dilapidated are now coming back to life with new homes and different developers coming in to remodel and revitalize our neighborhoods. You see it on the business side, because in the city of Petersburg, we've had over 30 plus new restaurants open up in the city of Petersburg. So it's really spurring small business along with people who are bringing their businesses here. And on the city council side, we see so many more business opportunities come to the city, especially with logistics to support the pharma manufacturing facility. A lot of trucking companies are looking at locating here so they can move those products from pharma across the United States. So those are just a few examples of how it's had a huge impact. And we're looking to get more pharma companies here. We know we have Ampac, Civica, and Flow here, but we know there are dozens of others that we are recruiting as well. And being able to have adequate water sewer system here that's just going to be a brand new system is something that companies look for, because they are high water users. And being sitting right here in the city of 85, 95, 460, 295, you can get anywhere up and down the East Coast from Petersburg. So people are looking at this as a destination for their business, and knowing that you can serve primarily the entire East Coast from being located right here in Petersburg.
Let's move on, because I want to have you describe or give us some words of encouragement or wisdom, even better, your welcome pitch or sales pitch to companies and families to take a different look at Petersburg on achieving an excellent quality of life.
We are on a roll here in Petersburg. We're having Ampac, Civica, and Flow here, but Petersburg has a long history of how we've been such a vital part of the history of the United States, from the Revolutionary War to the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement. All roads have led through Petersburg at some point in time. So what this has done, we are able to showcase so much of our history that's here. We have great weather here. We have so many activities that go on throughout the city of Petersburg all through the year. And having our farmer here helps us showcase that. We have turned into a foodie town here in Petersburg. So if you like good food, from Buttery Baking House to Buttermilk Bakery to Saucy's Barbecue to Maria's Italian Old Town, it's a place to come that you can eat and have a great weekend here. We also have what's going on is the revitalization of our historic hotel, Petersburg. It's a boutique hotel here in Petersburg, located in our historic Old Town. You can come, stay in Petersburg, see our amazing architecture, and eat in our many fine restaurants that are really become nationally renowned restaurants here in Petersburg. So we are saying, come here, check us out, have a good weekend in Petersburg, and we welcome all of you to come see us and check us out. And look at moving here to Petersburg. Despite what you may hear, we have a very welcoming community that is really accepting to all people, and we really want you to know that you are welcome here and you are loved here in the city of Petersburg.
Well, that sounds wonderful. And I know that you have some very quality education institutions here too.
Yes, we do. We also are home to Virginia State University, which is right across the river on the hill, which has always been an excellent partner to the city of Petersburg. Dr. Abdullah, the president of Virginia State, lives in the city of Petersburg, and he's one of my constituents, so I take that personally for all the help and all of the good words of wisdom that we get from Virginia State. Also, I'm a proud graduate of Petersburg High School, and I went to Richard Bland College, which is right down the road from Petersburg High School. So Richard Bland is the only junior college in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and having Richard Bland here, we have an excellent dual enrollment program here in which kids from Petersburg High can graduate at 18 with their high school diploma and an associate's degree from Richard Bland College. And they've been a huge asset to us with getting our kids educated and getting their first 2 years of college out the way debt-free. And so it's a huge piece to what's going on here in Petersburg and our education institutions that are definitely blossoming here as well.
This sounds so wonderful, and I want to thank you for your time. And if you have any other parting words, now is the time to share with our audience.
Oh, look, I would just like to say that I am excited to be part of what is a renaissance here in Petersburg, and we've had so much of an economic boom that's going on here. I just want everyone to come be a part of something that is historical, something that is going to be remarkable, and this is just the beginning. In Petersburg, the sky is definitely within reach of where we're going. We are on the rise, and if you want to be a part of a beautiful community, we welcome you and your family here to come check out Petersburg.
This concludes the interview. We will proceed to Q&A. Hello, everyone. We want to thank you for your attendance in this webinar with the Mayor of Petersburg, Mayor Sam Parham, kicking off our series. So thank you, Mayor Parham. And if you'd like to verbally ask questions of the mayor, or if you want to pop questions into the chat, please feel free to do that now. You've got his attention.
Yes, hello, Vanessa.
Hi. And who is this?
Hi, thank you so much. Look, it was excellent. It's good to be back here with you.
Oh, great. We have a question
Sure.
in the chat. What are the specific cold storage needs that will best support the pharma ecosystem? What are the specific cold storage needs that will best support the pharma ecosystem?
Right now, Civica is under testing right now and moving a lot of their moving their product along into the manufacturing period. And cold storage is definitely going to be a large part of how they're going to transport and store their production once they get ramped up, which is looking like in the third quarter of 25 is what we're hoping. So therefore, there's definitely going to be a huge need for cold storage. And I'm talking with Civica RX and with Ben Javella of Civica. He can give you specifically what type of volume they're going to need. But the city, we have been contacted by cold storage company out of California that was looking at relocating here to our Reeves Road site. And the beauty of it is they wasn't just looking at cold storage for just Civica, but they was looking at cold storage for the whole region, because we have the port right down 460, which is right there in Norfolk. And they was looking at Petersburg being more of the centralized location to move that cold storage from the port, putting it on the road, transferring it up and down the East Coast. So specifically, Civica would know directly what those needs are. I don't want to guess on how much that volume is, but there is a need just because of our location to the port as a future industry that could be shored up here in Petersburg, which is in cold storage.
Very good. Thank you. The questions are coming in the chat. Thank you. Here's a question from Alice Zimmerman. How did you first attract the pharma industry to Petersburg? How did you first attract the pharma industry to Petersburg?
Oh, that's always an amazing story. Back in 2016, when we were going through our financial crisis here in Petersburg, this was about my second year along this journey on city council. And to be honest with you, I had just turned over the whole city hall at Petersburg. I had just let go of the city manager, the finance director. I mean, city attorney, everybody had basically been released. And I got a call from VDP. And I had talked with Virginia Gateway region at the time, and they said, well, it's a company here that is in Richmond that that's wants to that's interested in your old BI chemical plant. The city manager, everybody has just been released. We know you're going through some changes down there. So could you come up to meet with this company called Ampac Fine Chemicals? So I end up going up there and having a conversation with them just to tell them that, hey, the city, we going through some heartburn right now. We have some issues that's going on, but this deal was done on a handshake on assuring that that hey, that I was going to get the whole financial ecosystem together in the city, and that the city was going to be a sound investment. So we was at a little taco place in Richmond, and this deal was done on a handshake. And they decided that hey, that's good bones at this old BI chemical plant. They see the possibilities of what this facility can do, and they had already had a facility in California and along with Texas. So they really wanted to have this East Coast presence. And so, along with that, with our partners from the state and VGR, we were able to woo them to come to Petersburg. So, along with having a great lunch together, and I think I was convincing, knowing that I didn't have any type of management in the city quite yet, but I told them I had planned on being around, and here we are. 8 years later, I'm still here, and thankful of Ampac taking that chance on us, and this has definitely been very rewarding to everyone involved.
Very good. We're glad you're still around too. Next question from I think Grandora McDowell, who is interested in the workforce development opportunities. Who should everyone reach out to? And let me also just share that in this series, we have 6 other webinar informational series, and there is a workforce development webinar and educational development webinar. So I do want to give time for the mayor to answer give his answer about workforce development opportunities. Who should she reach out to? And I know you have this.
Okay, sure. Yes, definitely do. Workforce is a big piece of what we're doing here. When we learned Civica RX here, the city, we partnered with our Virginia Employment Commission, specifically with Babette Hammond, who works with the VEC. And we wanted to partner with Civica and do these rollout sessions on workforce and the workforce needs of Civica RX, which led to us working with Brightpoint and getting the pharmaceutical manufacturing certificate that you can get in 1 year in order to get these new pharma manufacturing jobs out in at Civica. So between Ben Javella of Civica, he's really the connect on the hiring side, and Babette on the VEC side can get you connected through Brightpoint. If you don't have a background in pharma, you can get that certification and be qualified for those new manufacturing jobs.
Very good. Thank you so much. Oh, the questions are coming fast and furious. Let's see. Thank you from Zivia Sutton. Are there opportunities for diverse small businesses in Petersburg to contract or supply the supply chain of pharma companies? And if so, how are you facilitating these opportunities? Love that question. Let me say it again.
Yes.
Are there opportunities for diverse small businesses in Petersburg to contract or support the supply chain of pharma companies? And if so, how are you facilitating these opportunities?
Yes, we are facilitating those through our library. We just had a minority vendor supplier workshop at the library last month, and we had representation there from Civica, Ampac, and Flow, and we did that with the governor's office. The governor's team was there as well, and what it did was it connected those companies with our minority suppliers. So therefore, we have the information on. I know I have Joanne Williams on here with me of my director of legislative affairs and everything, and she can get you that contact info. But we've been facilitating those through the libraries, through workshops. We had a great turnout. We had over 50 some minority suppliers to get connected with our pharmaceutical companies. So we hosted, and it really turned out to be a great event. No one really expected who was going to show up, but having that amount of support that we got that day, I mean, it was a wonderful event. And it's things that we plan on spearheading, which is connecting our minority entrepreneurs and suppliers to the pharma companies. And there's also something that we plan on doing as well. Also coming up, we're going to be doing the same thing with our live casino that's coming to Petersburg. We've already had those conversations about how we can connect entrepreneurs and suppliers in the area to be able to take advantage of some of these contracts that's coming inside those new industries.
Well, very good. I have a quick follow-up question to the previous one. Do you have to be registered in Petersburg Business Development to solicit work?
No, I think the biggest thing, you just have to be SWAM certified. So if you are a SWAM certified business, big thing is meeting those needs of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that is a big part of what we're doing in Petersburg, is to give those opportunities. And the biggest part of this is for us to be able to carve out what our smaller suppliers and entrepreneurs can handle, and we're able to get a part of the contract that these suppliers can handle. If they can't handle the whole thing, but at least to be a part of the growth in these industries.
Okay, I have to keep moving because I don't want to run out of time, or we might have to go a little bit over. The next question from Charlie Cummins. How will service providers such as flatbed hauling acquire work opportunities to transport equipment? How will the positions be announced? Oh, he's got a lot of questions. What announcement portals will be used? First, how will service providers such as flatbed hauling acquire work opportunities to transport equipment? How will positions be announced, and what announcement portals will be used?
Dealing with the hauling of equipment and things of that nature, that's beyond the city of Petersburg's scope of work. But we've just been, like I said, we've been connecting these suppliers and businesses to those companies that are located here. And like I said before, Vanessa, we'll follow up with everybody to let them know when we'll have our next event that we host for our suppliers and entrepreneurs that's interested in contracts through those industries.
Okay, very good. And let me keep moving. From Kenneth White. He's a little off topic, but nothing's off topic here. What is the continued growth? Will there be any need for security companies?
Yes, honestly, Civica RX, they are just hired a new security company over there to work their gates. So yes, security is a big part of what's going on there, because you have a facility that is manufacturing essential medicines. And we want to make sure that everybody is safe, and we can't have people wandering around and exploring, because it is definitely a thing of national security, in which we have to make sure that the place is secure, and that when people are moving in and out, we're working to upgrade some of that traffic flow that's out there as well. But yes, there are security that is out there as of right now. It's always secured around the clock.
Okay, and I just want to share that there is a webinar next year about cybersecurity, so stay tuned. Let me get to the next couple of questions. Let's see. Could you repeat who businesses should reach out to for Minority Business Connection, please? I think what she may be referring to, what you had said, the SWAM, Small Women and Minority Owned Businesses, which is they can get information from the Virginia
Right.
Agency of Small Business and Supplier Diversity. And if anyone's quick on the button, can put that into the chat. But do you want to add anything else to that answer?
Yes, right. I know we've been working with the state as well, with Randy Johnson, who handles all the small business and minority contractors. So if you partner with the state and along with the VEC, they can connect you with those companies in the meantime. It's something I wish we'd have had this event, because we just had the minority and vendor event. It's been about in early October that we had this, so everyone kind of just missed our last event that we just had, and it was a really good event and had a lot of participation. So we'll make sure we keep everyone in the loop of when those next opportunities come.
Okay. Let's see. Thank you so much for putting that website, Liz, in the chat. Let's see. I want to make sure I haven't missed anyone. Does anyone have any other questions that as I scroll through the chat, please? You can unmute yourself, or if you need to be unmuted. Now, there was a question about upcoming events. And I mentioned that we will have more informational webinars in this, and we call it the Alliance for Building Better Medicine Supply Chain Information Webinar Information Series. The mayor has kicked us off, and in 2 weeks, we will have from the economic development organizations on 2 weeks from today, on the 17th. Nicole, you have your hand raised. Okay, if you can unmute Nicole, please.
Thank you so much. I think you can hear me now.
Yes, we can.
I appreciate you all for hosting this event. It sounds like some of the questions from those of us in business are more around access to information and staying on top of opportunities. And the responses sound like there are multiple ways. Have you all considered, or is there already a centralized point of entry for the opportunities? I know EVA is for state folks, and we're all kind of operating by all the different platforms that are needed, but I'm wondering if there's a centralized way for businesses to stay on top of things.
Mainly on the Petersburg front, we keep all our upcoming events posted on our website, and also through our Facebook page as well. Because something that we've really done, especially with our young people in Petersburg, is we've had a lot of these informational sessions on jobs and careers, and we always run those through our public library, through our event center. So if you keep up with the calendar of that between our library, event center, and our City of Petersburg site, we will be hosting even more on these events. Just to let everybody know about the latest, we played a video and everything here about AMPAC Silicon Flow. But in Petersburg, our AMPAC plant has just been purchased by Novo Nordisk. And I don't know if anyone is familiar with Novo, but Novo Nordisk is the makers of Ozempic and Wegovy. So they just purchased this plant, and they are looking at getting their vendors and suppliers list together, because they're based out of Denmark, and they are in the planning phases now. This is just hot off the press. So Novo is the largest pharmaceutical manufacturer in the world, and they're looking at finding suppliers and getting to know the community. So I also will check through with Virginia Gateway region, who is our economic development arm here for the region, about making those connections with Novo. I don't know what Novo has posted, because we haven't even made an announcement yet on the state and local level about this huge acquisition of them expanding their production here in Petersburg. But we're looking for there to be many more opportunities. So for everyone to stay tuned, because this is just coming on, it's just getting hot. So you're not definitely not late to the dance on this, but it's going to definitely be more future opportunities that's coming up. So it was great to be able to unveil this informational session period to everyone, to let everybody know what's coming. And like I said before, we'll just stay up to date with Petersburg, and we'll keep you posted along with our state officials on future supplier and entrepreneurs opportunities that's coming up.
Well, Mayor, we are at 1:30, but I can't let questions go unanswered. Do you have a few more minutes? Just
Yeah,
a
that's
couple
fine.
more? Okay. From Calvert Gordon to everyone. Hi, can you share the point of contact for Novo?
You know what? I don't have one yet. Like I said, right off the cusp, this announcement haven't even been made yet. But if anybody want to reach out to Novo and to their site, they have made the acquisition here a little over 10 days ago. So like I said before, I haven't even met our point of contact yet for Novo. I just know that the state have told me the deal has just been finalized, and will be announcement coming in the near future.
Yes, well, Chuck English agrees. He's glad it's official, and it adds to the momentum of the pharmaceutical growth in the region. I think someone has answered Kenneth White, how do you spell that new company? And Miriam has done that. And Nicole is asking for a link to the Petersburg Public Library event page. You can find that on the website or Google that. All I'm going to say is stay tuned to all this great news and information that we're sharing about this growing advanced pharmaceutical manufacturing and biotech ecosystem here in our region. And as I'm saying that, please, you see the poll pop up. I really would hope that everyone would, but thank you so much, Mariam, will participate in the poll. And if we have you on the email list, you will get updates for the next webinar information session, and then take a little break for the holiday and come back in second week in January. And we'll talk about workforce, and we will talk about education opportunities, cybersecurity. We're going to talk about a lot of things to keep everybody informed. I appreciate all of you being on here. Please, the survey poll will stay up just for another minute or two. And I thank you all so much for sharing your questions. And if you ever need to contact me, Vanessa Womack at gmail.com, I can get information or answer any questions or get the right person in front of you or to you, or you to the right person. So thank you very much. Thank you so much, Marian, for putting that in. And there is a short video that will tell everyone, or show it, we can show everyone the landscape or of the Alliance for Building Better Medicine, but we've run out of time. Oh my gosh. But Jeremy, if you want to go ahead and start running that, but I want to give the Mayor, if you're hanging in there for a minute, this is an intro video that didn't show at the beginning, but
perfect.
Timing is everything. We got all these questions. So go ahead and run the video and let that take us out, Jeremy. And thank you so much to Jeremy with HMG Data Services, and to Digital Image House for creating this series of videos.
Being able to contribute and build is by far more interesting than join something that's already been established. One of the exciting things about the advanced pharmaceutical manufacturing industry, this cluster that's being groomed and grown here in this region, is that it's just starting. The excitement of the new ideas and the ways in which to do business is happening every day here in the Richmond-Petersburg region.
During the pandemic, members of our coalition in the greater Richmond and Petersburg market recognized that there was a critical shortage of essential medicines in the U.S. and the need to reshore the making of those medicines. And that is a key factor in what we are working on here in our market.
It's an exciting time in this region because we have all of these companies that are touching different parts of the pharmaceutical ecosystem. And then we've created a coalition that's creating a workforce and attracting other companies to the region. So we're really working together to build up the pharmaceutical sector in this part of the state.
It's been an honor and a privilege to be able to have this coalition of groups, whether they're economic development groups, service organizations, community colleges, and other universities, as well as other public and private companies coming together through a common cause to try to work in solving this critical national public health security issue.
Those collaborations have been able to create what we call the Alliance for Building Better Medicine.
There's a great desire to actually build this industry here in Virginia.
Virginia is rich for business, and this is an incredible opportunity to expand on an industry like pharmaceuticals. What's happening in Petersburg is one of the most exciting things I think happening in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Over $500 million in federal grants have been applied to that area, close to $1 billion when you factor in private investment, public investment, federal and state investment.
You want to be part of a remarkable team and be part of a whole change of a culture of a region. This is the place to be.
It takes a village. There are so many people involved, and the reshoring of activities, it cuts across sectors and organizations and components of our economy that you wouldn't even think of.
I want to bring the collaboration at the community, the grassroots level. And I think that we have to operate at both levels and even in between to bring that and build that awareness of the opportunities for this region.
The Alliance has really shown me what is possible when education, training, economic and workforce development, localities and business and industry with vision come together.
The way that we prepare a workforce pipeline for biotechnology and pharmaceutical manufacturing in the region is we offer training programs that are sector-led. And by sector-led, that means that we've met with employers and we continue to meet with employers, and they tell us the competencies they need in their employees. And then we build academic programs that develop those competencies for the future workforce.
It connects academic institutions with the companies that put themselves here physically, and this is the cluster.
We have the structure and facilities in place that allow our researchers to develop manufacturing insights that allow us to breathe new life into new and existing manufacturing processes.
All of the work that we're doing here in Central Virginia, it's having an impact on the country as a whole and also internationally with regards to other areas of the world.
Any company that's looking to expand in the life sciences industry would want to consider Virginia as their home. I think that Virginia has a unique opportunity to make a global impact in the life sciences region, and the collaborative suite of companies that are here are already doing that work, and more that join us, we can only make that impact a little bit greater.